All right, it's starting to
45 seconds to start, or 46.
close enough. Close enough. Looks like they're running the same thing they were running before.
Right.
Maybe something slightly different that I'm not noticing on the monks or something. Other teams running triple dervish.
And
I see swords. I see swords.
Well, I see at least number 1 dervish is running a sword.
So we have a question coming in about last month we saw 5 Hammer Warriors in the finals. Should new teams experiment with their own build or play something accepted in the metagame? I
Well,
think that if you're a
should,
brand new team starting out, play something accepted in the metagame. And the reason for that is honestly because if you're starting out, you don't know enough to start understanding why changes would be good. There's always going to be changes you can make to a given build that would be better for a given map, for a given matchup, even for your given players. But until you have some familiarity with what the baseline is, there's no real value in changing things up. You're more likely to do more harm than good because first you need to actually understand what you're trying to do, what the established meta is, all that good stuff. But once you actually have a grasp of what the meta build of a meta build or a couple meta builds and have some idea, for sure start experimenting with skills, experiment with changing individual characters around, because at that point you can actually start, finding new strategies you want to push or find what's working better for you. So we're starting off the double run here.
Yeah, double run on Yawn. They're determined to basically just throw Faladimago off balance as they, as they were wiping the enemy team before any sort of flag, became a factor. And we have like a complete whiff on this Grasping Earth. We have another Grasping Earth. This guy's running Screaming Shot though. This is a Mage Bane. So it's like
another Mage Bane.
Yeah.
But that makes a lot of sense given this map. I mean, you're gonna be stuck up in this little quad area up here. You can't really get away from it. You can, juke that guy out a little bit with the bushes if you hang it on the corner. But it's not like Frozen at all, where there's a lot of movement involved. You're basically pinned to this area.
Oh man, we have a lot of pressure in the on the Necro Monk here. That we have a Granth Dervish just sitting on him. He knows that in order to control all these conditions, he has to stop and cast pretty much all the time, and this is an easy target to pick on. And he's eating a lot of damage. I mean, the bars are up, but that might just be Monk energy staying, being expended. And just a ton of damage on these Monks here. These Granth Dervishes hit like a truck, don't they?
It's like a Conjure Warrior with a hammer almost. I mean, it's going to hit you really hard.
And we have footies are pulled. Yeah, we have a Dervish just hard at work getting these footies down, but I don't think... Yeah, they're not going to go down. In fact, Yawn is really starting to notice this pressure going on. I imagine that was a big Plague Signet hit. Yeah, there we go. Lots of aids all over Yawn right now. But at the same time, this Necromunk is starting to fall behind in getting these Condis under control. You got to wonder if it's an energy issue.
Also because they have that Condi machine in number 4 there, they actually have a very different backline on Faladimago. They have a... Is that a Dolyak Signet? They have a Dolyak Signet, Aura of Faith, Prot Monk, and then their Heal Monk is the Healing Burst guy.
What in the world?
Well, they don't need the RC because their Necros... I mean, what's he going to RC? The Necro is going over and over, going crazy.
Yeah, it makes a lot of sense, but that Aura of Faith, that bonus healing, that has to be coordinated with the Heal Monk. So, in a strange way, it feels like he's not really prodding so much as he's reactively casting Aura of Faith to get the bonus going.
Well, you get the bonus healing, but it's also 50% damage reduction.
This Prot Monk is cornered, just eating a ton of damage.
It's 50% damage reduction for 3 seconds. It's really just using it for stopping people.
Yeah, it would make sense. I mean, whatever it is, it's it seems to be working for now. But I mean, we'll see when the energy starts bouncing off of 0. And we have a Necro on red. He's pushed up into this footy, just determined to sort of set people off balance, set them. Well, he's not really stretching the engagement. Everything's within the Monk's casting range. And in fact, we have a little back direction going on. Ranger number 3 is starting to get these backdoor archers down.
What's surprising for me on FI is FI's only healing is coming from that Heal Monk. The Prot Monk isn't really putting out anything besides the Dismiss. I guess the Dismiss is better. And the Rid is actually really vulnerable here on the Spirits, but Yawn also has your crazy condition control Necro. They're running Martyr on theirs. So both these guys are...
A Martyr Necro. So that's less committed, That's only one skill slot for his Kandi control, and that pretty much takes everything. But he doesn't have the
Plague
Plague
Signet.
Signet. Maybe he's got Plague Sending. No, I don't really see him offloading the Kandis. You gotta wonder if that works in their favor.
I'm just gonna deal with it.
Yeah, maybe they figure this Necro can just clean up all the Kandis and they can keep.
I see days on him? Where did that come from?
Did he have days?
He was dazed. Maybe they. Oh right, there's
you
a
know
Fever
what?
Dreams, right? There's a Fever Dreams on.
You know what?
An
You gotta
FI.
wonder if that. Yeah, we have Wait. I saw Hypochondria on.
So he's definitely
the
Fever
Mesmer
Dreams.
number 5 on FI.
So he must love that Martyr Necro to death. He can just sit on that guy's face and like, oh, hypochondria on you.
Well, how big is this area? I mean, this Necro. Actually, he's not that far away from his teammates. You gotta wonder if he's aware of that Hypochondria re-spreading Kandis as soon as he pulls it in. Yeah, look, he's pretty secluded right now. You know, hypochondriaing this Necro is not going to do all that much. In fact, you gotta wonder if it. Yeah. So Fever Dreams. If target foe has 2 or more conditions, they're dazed. I see. So that's where that daze is coming from.
So that guy can sit on the Martyr guy and just blast him. I mean, he has the hypochondria. That guy's gonna like basically collecting all the conditions in one place for him to spread everywhere. This is actually a really good matchup for him.
Like the Necro has to be in a position where he can spread it to his allies, right? With hypochondria.
Well, the Necro has to be in a position for that. So that Necro wants to get out of position or wants to get in a place where he can be defensive enough where he can't get rocked by it.
Well, right now he's in a position away from his monks. Yeah, Yeah, he's either playing smart, you know, on purpose or accidentally. But he's. Oh wait, this is a bad. Oh no, he doesn't want to be martyred right here, does he?
No. Well, he doesn't want to. He can martyr right there. He just doesn't want to get caught. So he doesn't want to get punished for it.
Way back. We have a flag push on. Yeah, we have a flag push. It looks like the Dervish went back to respond and then just got beat up and had to retreat. In fact, wow, it really looks like FI is falling apart. They're falling back into Stone Spores, which, if you're not familiar with Isle of Weeping Stone, Stone Spores makes you, pretty much puts migraine on you, with a 50% chance to get interrupted every time you get hit, I imagine.
Yeah, so here's your classic flag push problem. This Rid here is responsible for most of the party healing on the team here, and he's getting sat on right now by this Ranger. They managed to push up enough to deal with that.
Heal Monk is up and right back down.
Well, at the same time, the Crypt Shot on the other team, on FI's Crypt Shot, is basically run right through their base and is now sitting on the... Well, they're running on Dervish, but you have the Rid babysitting the whole way.
Well, it
These
doesn't
teams
matter
are
because
pushing
they have
super
the flag.
hard. Right, they're flying up on flags. This guy can't really get a whole lot done, while the other team has to push that flag in. Oh, and we got the healing. No, this is the prot guy down.
Yeah, so we have a lot of DP on the back line here. And you gotta wonder if this is a consequence of running Aura Faith, as you mentioned. The only healing is coming from this Heal Monk. And this Aura Faith, you know, he can prod himself, but you can see that the Grenth Dervish really doesn't care. Because first of all, life-stealing damage. He doesn't care about the damage reduction from Aura Faith. You know, it really seems like a poor choice for the metagame. Grenth Dervish, you know, has bonus life-stealing and can replace a chunk of his damage with life-stealing. So that's gonna completely circumvent any sort of reduction. So he's that, and the enemy team's running strip. You know, anyone that needs to get bursted is gonna get bursted. There's nothing you can do to stop it.
That burst is going to go on recharge for sure.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, I mean, again, Aura Faith, I believe, is the choice that's gonna cost them if they do lose this match.
Well, there's a lot of weird stuff going on here. I wouldn't want to put it on any particular one thing.
Well, I mean, bars are going down and not going back up. That's all I see.
Yeah, they don't have a whole lot to push these bars back up. I mean, they have the spread healing, but there's no word to push an individual bar. I mean, you look at, you know, your Rid here's at nothing.
The spread healing's getting murdered currently. He's going to spend his energy doing weapon warding on recharge, and that is very uneconomic. Very uneconomic.
They have nothing to push, and like if one guy has his bar down, they have nothing to push that up really.
Now we have a minute to go with this flag. I guess it's not that bad. They're gonna swap it to the Ranger to run it in. Pretty smart. That allows the Rid to stand there and just continue spamming party heal. Yeah,
they absolutely need their Rid to be running, or the Rid needs to be staying at the stand. There's no way that's guy can be affording to be running when they're getting blasted
Well,
like
for
this.
both teams, actually. Oh, lots of spread deep wound. You gotta wonder if that was a very unfortunate hypochondria. Yeah, I see days on a dervish, so I imagine that's what happened. Fever dream, straight line hypochondria. This necro monk of Yawn has to be extremely wary of his positioning, otherwise, in an instant, he could totally screw his team.
Looks like they're getting
But-
pretty spread out, and FI is just pushing the base so hard. They have this ranger that's been sitting in their base for a couple minutes now, and just somehow
He's
has
actually
not
getting
died
kinda
yet.
low.
Somehow they haven't managed to kill him
He's
yet. They
getting
can probably
wanded
wand him
down.
out now.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Well, if that dervish touches him, he's dead.
He's running for his life. He can't even stop the crypt shot, can he? Oh, watch the archers. Oh, this is gonna be good. Stops the crypt shot. Oh, eats a savage slash. He's gonna have to dodge the pin down. One pin down, two pin down. Oh, he's not out of the woods yet, people. Oh god, eat 24 damage. 24 damage. He's gotta dodge. Incoming pin down. Oh,
He got a party heal. He's fine.
He almost died there.
And in the meantime, FI managed to kill a monk at the stand. They're actually pushing really hard up here.
Excellent. The hubris of the split ranger has paid off.
It's gone real. He's still
So-
running away from this dervish too. He's still getting chased. But this dervish chasing him is really hurting their team because in the same time, they're missing him at the stand because their team's getting
Yeah.
blasted. They're not able to put any pressure on him, and they're getting pushed back on.
And it looks like the ranger is gonna... Nope, he's gonna let the dervish get back to his team and wait for this gate to close, I imagine, before he splits off. No, he's gone. And the ranger is gonna shadow him out. He should have waited for that gate to close, in my opinion. Now the ranger can just close the trap behind him. Oh my gosh, it's a ranger duel. One's got mending touch, the other's got grasping earth. We know where the advantage goes. But this is not going to be fatal. This is just going to be a lot of wasting each other's time. And I think in that case it's in FI's favor because that number 4 Red Ranger is a DPS guy. He's supposed to be at the stand helping them push the other team over. So
Well, it
long as
helps
he's
him, but-
dueling the other ranger, he's wasting his time.
But at the same time, the other ranger is busy sitting on their flagger and pushing that really hard. So I don't know that it's really that big an advantage for him.
And we have new.
It's taken a
flag
lot of
blue.
pressure off this Rit because this Rit has been slowly catching up on running flags.
Well, this Red Rit is, as far as I understand, he's pretty caught up. You know, he's taken about 20 extra seconds to get some party healing going. He had the flag.
He's taking
to
his
stand the entire
time. He's far enough up. He's taking his time.
Yeah.
They're definitely up. They're not going to gain any ground as long as they have the ranger sitting on their Rit.
This ranger duel is still going, and now here's the issue. FI has to get a flag, and
Oh,
they're
both
under
rangers are over
enough
here
pressure
now?
where they don't want to split their runner back. So you gotta wonder
Why
what
don't
they're
this
gonna
ranger
decide
get over
to do.
here? Now you got 2 rangers on the other side of the gate, so no one can push flags.
This is gonna be a free run, except for the fact that like they have no available runners. And up number 4 ranger for Yawn is gonna go up and completely whiff his grasping earth on this thing.
Well, it's going to be kind of
Nearby.
worthless for him. I mean, neither team has a ranger to push with at the moment. They're kind of busy in their own little skirmish on the side here and raining death of whatever they do from the
Raining green bars.
creation above. Yeah,
Lots
Your
of green
Rits are
bars.
running
You got-
flags.
Wait, what is this Necromonk doing? Did he get his martyr interrupted? Oh, there he goes. He's got the daze.
he got dazed, so he can't cast it as much.
Well, yeah, that's definitely counter to martyr necro, I suppose.
So these guys can both run on their Rits now pretty much freely, and they need to do
Oh,
that
man.
because running
Well-
on your... But who's back for a flag on blue? No one's back
Nobody.
for a flag?
They're determined
no
to
flag.
fight them, I suppose. He's already got a backup flag. They are up 1 full flag, but the bars are looking unhealthy. I suppose they're hoping not to wipe in the next, 35 seconds, which is imminent. This Necro, once again, oh, he's at bad position with that martyr. Hypochondria to deep wound all over.
Oh,
the
why are
team.
you going back? There's no reason to even go back at this point, right? You got to go all in on this victory, because if you don't wipe them, you're done.
Right.
They already got the boost.
Yeah, there's no. Why is he even gonna bother getting flag in this late? So You gotta wonder if that was... Well, actually, no. If you look, Yawn is full morale -1 dead character. So they're not gonna get all that much out of this boost, except for the skill recharges. You gotta wonder... Yeah, because
can't matter too
skill
much.
recharges are a pretty big deal with these spirits and these KO pots.
And they already got the first. They already got the first boost. So it isn't that big a deal. FI is actually pretty smart now that you mentioned that, because they don't giving up the boost doesn't hurt them all that much, but it gives them an opportunity to just keep pushing them so hard. But they didn't get anything off it. So
we have a Dervish number 2. Failed to dodge the pin down. He's sort of hobbling into the enemy. Oh, he's got like...
Well, this duel on the side has changed. The Ranger's gotten is somehow... Looks like the Ranger is left on... Jan's Ranger has left him, has been replaced by a Dervish. So this fight has now moved back into Jan's base. And of course, the Dervish cannot handle a Ranger 1v1.
Well, I don't know.
But he can in the base. He can in the base if he has guys.
Yeah, exactly. Dervish is getting crip shotted, kited around. Refreshes apply, gets another crip. Yeah,
this guy needs to get
determined to slowly kill this Dervish, I suppose, but that's not going to happen. He's going to get help before he's in any sort of fatal trouble. If anything, he can just walk into the Lord Room.
Well, he's kind of going all in on chasing him down. I don't know about that.
On the enemy base, we have, a Dervish that ran through the enemy team, or the enemy base, and he's now emerging out the back door, and then we have what I assume is a flag push.
Yeah, FI is getting their flags pushed really hard.
And
the Yawn
in the base, the Dervish I said was probably not going to get himself killed.
He got himself killed. Yeah.
And now this Ranger is going to start pulling a knife. Flatbow pull and whiffs. And he's going to get to work, I suppose. We have a base res on that Dervish that he just killed, though. So,
well, we'll help him get their flag back up, assuming he hangs out for it.
Yeah. Oh, man.
And FI does have that Ranger in the base, so...
And now we've got the runner coming back to deal with
so
this
he
Ranger.
actually
Once
can't...
again, he's gonna be leaving the base with not much health. At the flag stand, we have a lot of pressure over on Yawn. Well, not all that much. I mean, it's... eating some ore slicer and a gash.
These guys are both getting really aggressive at this point. I mean, obviously they haven't been able to get too much done at the flag stand. Jan's done a better job with flag control this whole game, but it makes sense they're trying to get something done on the side by pushing flags really hard or splitting off, because they're just not getting anything done in the main stand.
So what do you think of this? I'm told ore slicer is basically sever gash, or sever artery, but better.
Well, it's sever artery, but it gives bleeding and cracked armor if you're enchanted. So it's just it's just strictly better than sever artery basically. But it's linked to mysticism, so it's dervish only, and that's really what's driving these sword dervishes, is that instead of having to run an awful skill like sever artery, you get to run a really good skill instead.
Yeah, we're getting some backline training here.
Here we go, 2 dervishes in the base.
Gosh, that was a big frag spike. Wait, those are all -2s. What the hell?
So this Ranger is shielding hands on him, I presume.
Oh, okay.
So these Ranger is now running away from 2 dervishes. The Ranger can deal with 1 dervish, but he can't crip 2 dervishes.
And for that reason, they send 2 dervishes. Well, he can't deal with 2 dervishes, can he? I don't know. Well, let's see. He's running out the back door again.
Got crip on 1. They're spearing him to stop the natural regen. Of course, FI gets a huge power play out of this because they have 7-on-6 at the stand, while these 2 dervishes are running around doing not very much. Right,
but Yawn has still managed to keep FI from getting any sort of boost in spite of this lopsided engagement. Now we have a flag just starting to come in on number 2, and you gotta wonder if they're gonna try and push for a boost, because a boost would be pretty huge for them. They're gonna pass it off to the runner.
Yeah,
that's a negative.
Their Ranger hasn't been anywhere near a position to push for a boost this whole game, though. He's been dancing around the side.
Stuck in the back door here. Yeah, in fact, he's gonna try and... No, that's a very late crip shot. That's not gonna do anything. Unless they kill him. Nope. So all in all, this sort of stalled the game some more. So let's start thinking about 28 minutes. What do you think, which team do you believe has the better 28-minute game?
It's really hard to push. Like, It's hard for me even to say something on that like that. Obviously, you have a bit more pressure on Yawn, and FI has these guys that don't do as much damage, but both these guys are just playing for pushing their team over. FI has a bunch of stuff that's disruptive instead of being pure face-punching damage. If it comes down to a pure Lord race, obviously Yawn has a big advantage if you just are putting people on offenses on each other's Lords, but the actual push process to get there, that's going to be really messy, because again, all these dervishes have cripple. You have the crip shot on FI.
Now I got a question. Is the life stealing damage, does that count towards aggressiveness if it comes down to a tiebreaker?
I think it
life
does.
stealing damage is very finicky.
They did some weird thing where like Vamp doesn't count, but this is lifesteal from the dervishes, so the Grenth damage might count. Does none of it count? Does some of it count?
I'm pretty sure life stealing damage is like this really weird clause. Izzy was talking about how he doesn't like it.
FI has now moved 2 guys into the base.
Are they 2 rangers? Nope.
No, they don't have 2 rangers.
They're definitely gonna get this snipe. And in fact, they're going to hurry up and start getting more knights. And this ranger is going to... I don't know what he's doing. Oh, wait. No,
pulling aggro?
The runner's there. He was trying to interrupt the runner.
Well, they're getting collapsed on hard. These guys are both dead. These guys are totally dead.
They have 2 knights and 3 people on them.
These guys are so dead. So this is not good. And they're going to die at a bad time, too. They're going to have a whole minute down at least.
Ranger was kiting forwards trying to free up his Balthderv to get out unscathed, but the Balthderv ate a pin down, and all that is for naught. And down he goes. Invisible corpse on the ground.
Yes.
You can't tell he's dead. Oh, there he is.
And FI is still being really aggressive, of course, pushing these flags hard as they can, at least.
Right, and well, once again, failing to get the boost. Lots of committed plays and not really anything to show for it. I mean, they've got some NPCs dead, no knights dead, no boat NPCs dead, in fact. Actually, for everything that they've done on Split, they've got 1 archer dead and no boosts.
Well, Yawn and all these aggressive splits, and they're not splitting through the side, they're splitting through the front. They've actually managed to get a knight down already, and looks like they're about to pull another one. Because they've been up on flags this whole time, that Rit's been running the flag, they've just been running up into the base. Wait, are both knights down?
They're going to be going for this bodyguard, I believe. Nothing is currently...
That was only one.
Bodyguard is dead. And in fact,
I only see...
Oh, wow, that's a lot of damage. And he auras himself, but once again, lots of lifesteal. He's not mitigating all that much.
FI is not dealing with these Grunt Dervishes running past our team into their base very well. They just don't have anything to stop it. I don't see the second knight corpse, but there aren't any knights up, so I don't know what happened to it.
Yeah, they must have just killed them both. We must have missed that.
They die in a pile or something? No.
No. Actually, they did. Look, both the corpses are on top of each other.
Oh, he balled the knights and killed him. Perfect.
Yeah, they must have. And just lots of damage on this prop monk. He pops a guardian or a faith. Not that much mitigation. Lots of lifesteal.
They're falling back into their base, but there's nothing for them to fall back into. All they're doing is giving ground for nothing.
And this Balthderv, ooh, lots of imminent danger here. Gets a deep wound, gets it cured immediately.
No, these guys are not.
And dead.
FI's gonna pop from this. That foray into the base really hurt him.
Got offense character down for a full minute. 2 offense characters down for a full minute.
Monk down.
Monk down for, well, maybe a minute.
Hopefully get him up.
Yeah, up on a pact. And once again, nothing for them to fall back to. In fact, they take out the archer, 1 less thing for them to fall back into. And in fact, the Balthderv goes to line back and then just gets his butt kicked. And Yawn is sort of, they're stabilizing. They went in, there was a wave of pressure from being in the base, and then now they're stable. And they're gonna be stable for when the base res happens. Or wait, well, I suppose everyone's alive.
So what you're seeing here is that FI, while they have these cool characters, the Fever Dreams guy, the Necro, like that, they didn't have anything really to stop a split. They just had that one ranger that could run around, and Yawn is able to basically run all over him eventually. They just started pushing up into the base, and had nothing to fall back to stop him. The Red had to run flags, and this Necro and Mesmer aren't going to do anything.
And it feels like
that Crypt shot need to be splitting.
Their ranger, though, it looked like he was splitting off and like, you know, leading people around, which is nice and cute, but it wasn't really accomplishing anything. You know,
He doesn't have any
led
power to
people around,
kill.
but he didn't kill NPCs. He didn't get boosts.
Yeah, he could stall. He could, in theory, stall a runner, but he wasn't doing that. He was going around the side and wasn't.
Oh my god. This Rid is trapped in the corner by the red shrine. Do you see this?
Oh god.
He can't get any spirits up because it dies to dervish damage immediately.
Oh man, this is not good. Not good for them. You guys have a dervish just sitting on the lord. Lords don't kite.
Yeah, in fact, it's just a lot of DPS, and like, we have this number 3.
Oh, here
I
comes
guess
the
he's
split.
pushing the runner.
Here comes the
and
suicide
at the front
split.
of his base, and he's gonna die now.
They got a mesmer splitting?
Got infused. No, it looks like they just want to send everyone out the back door. They see this game, you know, running away from them, and they're gonna in turn just try some Hail Mary strategy.
They gotta get some guys that to body block their back door or something. They're just they don't got the guys to do this with.
Well, I guess they just have a ranger responding through the
Well,
back
they got
door and
no,
through
they
the
got a
front
ray
door.
going through the front.
Right.
They're all guys back.
Yeah, they have.
It's a
3
Hail
people
Mary.
responding to their 3 people.
The last one's taking his time getting back there, so you can have a 5v5 or 5v5 on one side, 3v3 on the other. The difference is
Well,
one
actually,
team has
no,
a
they have-
boat.
It's gonna be a 4v3, because we have the number 3 ranger moving out as well.
There's no threat anymore, so who cares, right?
So, well, they're getting the knights down. Yeah, both the knights are down. But I don't think... Yeah, they don't have any defense here. They're just degenning down slowly. Yeah, offense characters... Actually, if this dervish can die now... If they could die now... 59... Oh,
Nice, he died. Nice death.
yeah, but the thing is, can he do anything here? I don't think he can.
It's not going to get to their base in time to do anything, and FI already has so much lord damage on them, they just can't do very much.
Right, and FI's dervish is dead after time. Mesmer's dead after time.
Dervish number 2 on Yawn has just been sitting on the skill board for a good 3 minutes now.
Ranger's gonna run away again. Oh, he ate a pin down, and now he's gonna eat a grasping earth unless he interrupts it. Nope, never mind.
See, but they can't. Running back to their base doesn't help them because that's. They need to get back in that base and hit the Lord. I think these guys are done.
Well, this is the last 2 minutes. There's not gonna be a base res, and the hard
There's
res
no
is
time
down.
for them to even get back. Like you couldn't.
Yeah.
These guys in the base couldn't even get here if they wanted to at this point.
Well, the hard res dervish died after time, right next to the enemy guild lord. If there was any hope for them, that was it, and it died. Yeah, and right now it looks like the end of Falad Imago for February.
Nice run, guys. I like your build.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. I like the Necro. The Mesmer's kind of cute, but doesn't seem to be putting out some solid damage numbers. I honestly thought in a Lord race that FI, or not a Lord race, but like if they were just trying to trade DPS characters, I really felt like FI had the advantage because of that fragility. I can see that fragility doing a ton of damage. In fact, they're gonna go for it.
Well, I think FI had a really good build for the map. It had a good build for the the 8v8 that was necessarily going to happen in the middle of the stand, but because they had so little movement control, they were able to get run around on anyway. You had those dervishes just running through their team. Like, oh, we don't care that you have an 8v8 build and it's an 8v8 map. We can split on you anyway.
Right. Yeah, and by split you mean like dervishes
I'll run through your whole
and attack
team.
your runner.
And run into your front of your door and go into your boat. Yeah.
All right. And that is victory for Yawn.
Nicely done.
28 minutes. Interesting, considering the sort of wiping that was going on. The fact that it got to 20 minutes is quite astounding.
So in the middle of that match, we had a question come in about these dervishes and whether, what's so powerful about them? Why are they dominating the metagame? Is it these crazy elites? I think it's the whole package. You have the elites are obviously really good. Grenth is a good skill. It's a conjure plus it puts some disease out, so it's a good package. Evan Aura puts out some blind, it puts out some conjure, and unlike conjure, you can't strip it super easily. But generally, it's the whole package. You have a decent IAS, you have decent IMS, they stack. You're looking on your dervish warriors. You have sword on there as well. So it's not like these guys are just stacking not like you guys are all one elite and then nothing else like some casters are. It's like a physical. You have a bunch of good skills that just work well together, and at this point in time, they just happen to be doing stuff that's better than warriors.